Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Live with Virginia NORML. I'm J.M. Padini, the Development Director for the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws and the Executive Director of your favorite chapter, Virginia NORML. It's Friday, April 14th, 2023, and you know what that means, friends. It's time for us to talk all things cannabis in the Commonwealth and for you to get answers to your burning questions live. Hello, Joshua. Hello, Ellie. Hello, everyone else who's here. Drop us a note in the chat right now and let us know where you're watching from. Hey, Sherry, good to see you, friend. Good to see you. Hey, let's just go ahead and take a quick second to say, wherever you're watching, first of all, thank you. Second, go ahead and hit that like, follow, or subscribe button so you never miss when NORML goes live, and we do it every week. Hey, Folly. Oh, Betty Davis. When are we going to get legal in Texas? That's a great question. But you know what I can tell you is you're in excellent hands in Texas because Jax James is the executive director of Texas NORML. Jax is also my colleague here at NORML. She's our state policy manager. She's doing incredible work in Texas right now. In fact, the Texas House, Cassidy, grab that link for me. I believe it was the Texas House this week passed legislation to expand access to medical cannabis in Texas. So, hey, as long as you're moving forward, you're getting somewhere, right? Hey, Ted. I'm sorry. Hi, Todd. Have I heard anything about Wisconsin? You know, Todd, there's action alerts from like tons of states because some states are still in legislative session. Let's see what's shaking and baking. We have 0 bills in Wisconsin right now. 0. Bad news, Wisconsin. You should probably get that together. Hi, Amy from Wisconsin. Look at all the people watching from Wisconsin. I'm so excited. Diego in the Dominican Republic. Hello, hello. Hey, Kenny. Hey, Bernie in Charlottesville. Hey, Tina in Madison. Hi, Dee. Good to see you. Hey, Dan in Fairfax. Hey, Kenny in Bluefield. Oh, yeah, you're kind of an island, Todd. Sorry about that, Wisconsin. Richard, there is not. That job's posting was just made live earlier this week. I think I'm a little too tall right now. It's not how it's going to be in real life if you see me, though. All right, friends, let's talk about what's going on this week because there are some fun things. Hello, Jonathan. Thanks for joining us. All right, tomorrow. Let's start with tomorrow here in Richmond. Weeding Out the Stones. It's a hilarious game show style improv comedy show. It's touring the country and it's here in Richmond tomorrow night at 9:30 at CSC Richmond Theater. There's the Facebook event right there. Thanks for dropping that in the chat. Cassidy, you know what we should do? We should also get the let's get the direct tickets link. I'm going to be brave and I'm going to do this in the middle of a live, which is probably really dumb, but hold on. I'm feeling good. I'm not feeling good. I think this is a dumb idea. How do I make this go? Can I make this go? Ugh. Oh, there's the little clickety thing. Look at that. I copied it. I'm just going to put it up here, Cassidy. I'm not going to mess around with any more dangerous things. But anyhow, there's the direct ticketing link, just in case like you're watching on YouTube or LinkedIn or Twitter. Don't need to click over to Facebook. Here's the direct ticketing link to get your tickets to tomorrow night's Weeding Out the Stones. Come out, have some huge laughs. I'll be there. Everyone will be there. It'll be funny. All right, coming up next week. You know, it's the week of 420. Lots of things happen, and this is the week that everyone else remembers that cannabis is a thing. Did I just break it? Nope, I didn't. Hey, Richard, how does it work? All right, so there's a host of the show, Alex Grubert, and he plays Officer Grubert. And then all of the improvisers, all the comedians come on stage, and he runs them through a series of games. And then the audience votes to see if they know which one of the comedians is sober. That's why it's called Weeding Out the Stoned. There's lots of excellent clips online. Check it out. Hope you all can come check it out. Oh, Dee, check that out. Whew. You got a 200-pound fine for having less than a gram. Well, that's terrible. I hope you didn't get arrested, though. Also bad. All things cannabis prohibition, bad. Hello, LaShawn. Oh, yeah. It'll be interesting to see what Delaware's governor does, Folly. April 26th is the deadline. See what he does this time. Is he still opposed to it? All right, now coming up next week, the Virginia Cannabis Control Authority is hitting the road. They're taking their act down to Southwest. In fact, on April 19th at 5:30, they'll be in Roanoke at the Roanoke Higher Education Center. This is the Virginia Cannabis Control Authority Roanoke Town Hall, April 19th, 5:30. You can sign up to speak, you can watch it live online, or you can go in person. All the information is going to be at cca.virginia.gov. cca.virginia.gov is going to have all of the information for each of these events coming up. Then, coming up on April 20th, because CCA's got jokes too, they'll be out in Abingdon for the town hall there. They'll be at the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center, April 20th, 5:30 p.m. in Abingdon. You can hang out with the CCA. And hey, if you want to keep track of what's going on, what events are over there at CCA, there you go. I just popped that up there, Cassidy. So if we share these instead, then people get all the info. We should probably share those instead. Hey, Wade. Wade, I'm sorry that you're not getting, first of all, welcome back. I'm sorry you're not getting live notifications, but I hope, Wade, that you are, wherever you're, see you watching on Facebook, well, make sure you like and follow wherever you're watching so you get those notifications. Hey, Terry, good to see you back. Still plugging away in Atlanta. Awesome, awesome. Hey, Rebecca in Massachusetts. Yep, also a Commonwealth. Yeah. Love it. All right, friends. So we talked about the town halls happening next week. Here's where I'm going to pop in and say, listen, on Monday, should have done it in order, Cassidy, and I didn't. Listen, on Monday the 17th, we are going to pick the winner in our current Instagram giveaway. And on Monday, we're going to do, after that one closes, we'll have a new Instagram giveaway. So here's what's happening right now on our Instagram. You can go check it out. We are giving away a Smokus Focus Comet Infinity Stash Jar. Now, this is pretty cool because it's childproof. It's got a childproof lock on it, and it has a magnifying lens at the top and a light. That's right. So you can see even better my cough drop inside there. Yeah, so we are giving this away on our Instagram. Head over there, follow the directions, click the link in our bio, enter to win this Smokus Focus Comet Infinity Stash Jar. Super cool. Super, super cool. Love, love, love that they made a child-proof container that is also easy to open with a square lid. Smart thinking over there. Smokus Focus. Safety first. All right, so that's what our giveaway is this week. And then next week, we have this book. If you were here last week, you saw a big old preview of this book, Higher, the Lore, Legends, and the Legacy of Cannabis. It is full of full color photos. Full of full color photos. And it has a delightful section in here on NORML's principles of responsible use. So real glad that they went ahead and included NORML in the book as well. It's really an interesting book. I am just not only fascinated by the pictures, but by the stories. They have the story of hash. Lots of directions on how to make different things and use different things and growth factors and drying. It is just jam full of information. Wow, I'm supposed to be doing a show and instead I'm reading a book. You're going to love this book. So you should pop back over on Monday. First of all, to see if you win when you enter the Instagram giveaway. Second, to enter the next giveaway, which will be live on Monday. There we go. What else is going on? All right, so that carries us into the weekend. We're also going to do a special membership drive next week at NORML. So make sure you're subscribed so you get that email. It's going to be cool. Literally. All right, National Cannabis Festival, April 22nd. It's at RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. You can still get tickets. Hurry, it could sell out. I think their VIP tickets are already sold out. And you will be able to connect with tons of advocacy orgs doing amazing work at the festival, as well as yours truly. And we will be in the brand new pavilion for the festival this year, the LGBTQIA+ pavilion. We will be in there with our coming out green swag. Come by, get some buttons. This one says coming out green. This one is a heart made out of the NORML logo mark. Be giving away these stickers. Come see me, come get a sticker. Come check out our other cool swag as well that we'll have there available for you in the pavilion. We'll hang out, we'll chat, we'll have some water. Hopefully it won't be raining. No jinxing, Caroline. Then the following weekend, so many things in April. The following weekend is the High Tide Wellness Summit. Now, there are a lot more details coming up this following week, but I can give you a sneak peek on this. It's April 29th from 10 to 3. It's at the Hilton Virginia Beach oceanfront. We'll have more details soon, but lots of educational panels. There will be free on-site patient certifications. There'll be a small exhibitor hall. Come check it out. Super excited for High Tide Wellness Summit. This will be my first time speaking at this event. It is a great event happening alongside the Something in the Water Festival, which is also next weekend. And then maybe we're going to take a break in May, maybe not. But coming up in June is the CWCB Expo. This is in New York. And hey, you can be our guest. That's right. You can get a free exhibit hall pass using this link that Cassidy's going to drop in the chat for you right now. You can also use our code to get 20% off of seminar passes. You're welcome. We'll be there. We'll have tons of cool merch. Can't wait to see you on the show floor at CWCB Expo. And of course, while we're up there in New York, we'll be attending the NORML Formal. That is on May 31st. We'll have more details about that soon. And in June also is the NORML Denver Legal Seminar. This is the very first NORML Legal Seminar that is dedicated to cannabis business law. So come hang out with us in Denver, June 7th through 9th. We will have the NORML Foundation benefit dinner while we're there as well at the Marijuana Mansion. It's going to be a great event. Whether you're an attorney who needs continuing legal education credits, or you just want to connect with leading legal experts from across the country, let's do it. Let's hang out in Denver. I am talking about NYC, Jonathan. I love going back to Manhattan. Hello, word from the point. Lee jeans or Wranglers? No, they're not. But thanks for asking, Jonathan. Oh, Volley, you got one of these. You got one of these after we showed it last week. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you can see the stuff. Oh, Terry, thank you. If you like my hoodie, it's from the Aspen Legal Seminar. You can still get it in the NORML web store at store.norml.org. It's available in hoodie and in t-shirt. Rebecca, this is on NORML's Instagram, which is at, this is NATLNORML, because some dude has NORML. Yeah. You're right. It is. All right, let's talk about what else. Let's talk about what else happened. I don't even know how do I make that go away? Thanks, Terry. Okay, this week, this has been a week. This week has been a very, very long year. But this week here in the Commonwealth of Virginia was reconvened session. And that happened on Wednesday, and this is when the legislators all come back to the Capitol for one day to either approve or reject the governor's amendments. So the governor proposed amendments to 78 bills, and I believe 9 of them were cannabis bills, which is astounding. Anyhow, here's what happened with the pending medical cannabis legislation, because every medical cannabis bill had an amendment courtesy of the governor. So what was most notable is Senate Bill 1533. Now, what this bill will do is allow medical cannabis companies to request, like it's not an automatic, they still have to go to Board of Pharmacy, who's the current regulator, and ask if they can build this. But if they need to build a second location for cultivation, then they're able to request that from Board of Pharmacy. And the reason why is one of the processors that exists, Dharma, right? So Dharma is this group of Virginians that got a license in the first licensing round here for Virginia in medical. And they were in the old Bristol Mall. Well, then a casino decided to go into the old Bristol Mall and kicked them out altogether. So they had to very quickly move up the road. Now they need to grow their greenhouse, but they can't. They're landlocked where they are because of wetlands. So they need to build a second site to grow the plants that y'all need. So this just allows them to make that ask of Board of Pharmacy, and then it's up to Board of Pharmacy to approve it. But the governor had added a reenactment clause to it, which was essentially would have made the bill pointless. Because why have a reenactment on a bill? If you're just going to veto it, then we could just have the same bill again next year. It doesn't change the timeline at all. Anyhow, the legislature rejected the reenactment clause. So it goes back to the governor as it is, to take effect on July 1. He can sign it. We don't think he will veto it. There you are. Then there are two bills that are technical. Well, all these amendments were technical in nature. But, and then Cassidy, can you get Delegate Adams's bill? Also, I don't know what that number is. But Senate Bill 788 and House Bill 1598, those are the bills that finish the process of moving medical from Board of Pharmacy over to Cannabis Control Authority. Now, that was already scheduled to happen because of previous legislative action. It was supposed to happen on July 1 of this year. The governor wanted to kick that can down the road 6 months, so now it's not going to happen until January 1 of next year. And really what this bill does, all it does is takes the code section for the medical program from the Drug Control Act, which is 54.1, and just moves it over to 4.1, which is the Cannabis Control Act. Doesn't really do anything else other than move a code section over. But for some reason, this is a really contentious bill this year. Next up, Senate Bill 1337 and House Bill 1846. These are the operational improvements bills. They're identical. They do the same thing. But for consumers, what's really excellent about these bills is that on July 1 of this year, the practitioners, registered practitioners, they won't have to register anymore. So if you're an MD, a DO, an NP, or a PA licensed to practice medicine in the state of Virginia, you'll be able to issue written certifications to patients. You won't have to register with the state in order to do that any longer. So that, I think, is probably the biggest improvement from the patient standpoint on that. It also will, there's some really minor changes to regulations embedded in these bills that will help with the confusion that's currently happening related to product availability. So we hear from patients like, oh, well, I like this product, but then it wasn't there next time. And in reality, it probably is there. It just has a different name because of the way regulations were so narrowly written. If there was even just the slightest variance in the product, they had to give it a different name. So hopefully this, keeps it more in line with what's happening in the rest of the country, and hopefully that'll alleviate some of this confusion around do they actually have the product I want or not. And then Delegate Adams has House Bill 2368, and this will greatly improve the labeling of medical cannabis products. Some companies are really excellent at their packaging and labeling. Others could use improvements, particularly with the information that's available online. If you can't see what's in the product, I don't know if your consumers, if your customers can't see what's in the product online, how are they supposed to want to buy it? Just saying. Anyhow, oh, Delegate Adams' bill also will allow the certifying practitioner to put the registered agent's name on the form for the patient instead of having to wait for them to go through that separate registration process. This is really important for people who are in hospice, or let's say you broke your leg and you can't just automatically send your spouse or your significant other or your neighbor or your parent. If you're an adult, you can't just send someone to go get it for you. But what you can do now, but they would have to apply for a registered agent card. But now, once this takes effect, the practitioner will be able to put their name on your certification for, during that appointment. So good bill, does good things. Rebecca, I'm so glad you're following on Instagram now. Hey, Joshua in Bristol, shout out to you. John's got a countdown for us. Ellie, I am coming back to your comment because I love that. Yeah. Hey, Jody, thanks for bringing that up. Connecticut adult use personal cultivation begins in July. Good to know. Hey, Jody, I don't know what happens if you go outside of your residence in Connecticut, but I can tell you that information is going to be available on the NORML website under the state law section. Hey, Jonathan, thanks. I'm glad you liked that. Glad you liked that bit. Some companies have been just changing the number at the end just to make it like a little easier, but not everyone's been doing that. They say you must grow indoors. All right, Jody, thanks for clarifying that about Connecticut. All right, Ellie, I said I was going to bring back your comment. Do we all know how important it is to vote? I hope so, right? Like Virginia, if you don't like what's happening or what's not happening with cannabis, guess what? Elections have consequences, and you're living that reality right now, friends. So please, 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 make sure you're registered to vote. In Virginia specifically, this June, there will be a number of primaries, because every House and every Senate seat in Virginia is up for election this November. So lots of primaries in June, and then the general election is in November. Wherever you are, if you want to see who's on your ballot and learn where they stand on cannabis policy before you cast your vote for them, you should head to NORML's Smoke the Vote voter guide to legalizing marijuana in your state. It's at vote.norml.org. And hey, even if it's already legal there's still plenty more work to do. And we ask people where they stand according to what's actually happening in this state. So, for example, here in Virginia, we are asking candidates about their position on adult use retail, not on legalization, because legalization is already the law of the land, but we are asking where they stand on retail and expanding licensing, things like that. Yeah, Sherry. Yeah. Hey, Dan, can you still grow in Virginia? Yes, personal cultivation is the law. In Virginia, you are allowed to cultivate up to 4 plants per household in Virginia, adults 21 and older. Now, some real simple things you have to do. You can grow it outside. but it can't be visible from a public way. So in this context, that means a road, a sidewalk. It does not mean from your neighbor's backyard. If your neighbor can see into your yard from their backyard, that's their problem. But your plants can't be visible from the sidewalk or from the street. You also have to prevent access by those under 21. Just like you do with dangerous things like Tide Pods, alcohol, prescription medication. You also have to put a tag on your plant. Is to have your name, your ID number, which is either your driver's license number or your number that's on your state issued ID card, that it's for personal use. Nothing specific other than those things. You know, put a stick in your pot, put a label on it, just put a tag on it. I don't know who the tag police are, but let's not find out. Yeah, Jonathan, look, maybe cannabis isn't your primary voting issue, and that's fine, but I'm going to guess if you're here listening to a show about cannabis policy, it's pretty high up on your list. And if you elect people who don't support the policy changes you want, I don't know how you think we're going to get them, right? Good to know. Good to know, Dan. Oh, okay, Scott. Your neighbor is SWAT Team, so it's cool if he sees your plants. Yeah. I mean, it's not cool if your neighbor sees them, if he sees them from the sidewalk. It's not cool if he sees them from the road, but it's totally cool if he stands in your backyard and sees them. It's totally fine if he can see them from his backyard. It's just not cool if he can see them from a public way. That's all. Sandra, do I think Texas will ever be a legal state? Yes. Yes, I do. I have full faith and confidence in my dear colleague Jax James's ability to wrangle the Lone Star State. But again, cannot overstate, elections have consequences. You have to vote for people who want the same changes you do. And then after the fact, doesn't matter if you voted for the person who represents you or not. Once they represent you, that's your person. You have to find a way to be able to communicate effectively with them. You have to communicate with them and let them know what you want. You're welcome, Dan. You're welcome, Scott. I don't know why your emoji's making me laugh, friend, but it sure is. Oh, goodness. All right, some other things of note that have happened recently. The Veterans Equal Access Act was reintroduced in Congress. So please take a minute to send action alert, send the message to your federal representatives in support of the Veterans Equal Access Act. I don't know what that means, but okay. Do I think Europe, hey John, do I think Europe will legalize cannabis? I think country by country, they will, much like the United States, state by state, they will continue to amend and improve their laws. That's what I think. Oh, Dan, I will. Doesn't want to show your comment. I will get a fire lit for more extra large Virginia NORML t-shirts. In fact, I just sent out the very last 2 that I had today, and put a note that we do need to order more. Of course, we'll be ordering short sleeve because it's getting a little balmy out there, friends, here in the Commonwealth. At least it's only 77 today, probably because it's 100% humidity. Yesterday it was almost 90, and I'm not here for that. All right, friends. Lots of events coming up this week and next week. Can't wait to see all of you at those. Come see us at National Cannabis Festival. Get some cool NORML swag from us there. Come see us the following weekend at High Tide Wellness Summit. And hey, tomorrow, come see us at Weeding Out the Stoned right here in Richmond. All right, friends, this has been delightful as always. I always love hanging out with you all. You have the best questions. You're so fun to talk to. I have to say, though, you know what? I'm not certain that we'll be able to do this next week. I know, I'm sorry. But I have to drive up to DC. So instead, you can just come see me in person. All right, everyone. Hey, have a fun weekend. Enjoy your holiday next week. If we don't get to talk face to face, make sure you hit that like, follow, or subscribe button wherever you're watching so you never miss when NORML goes live. It's been such a pleasure, friends. And as always, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you back here next time. Bye-bye.